Little quick review here for Mom and Dad. Just picked it up at Redbox. I think it was released today. It might not have been. I didn't really look. I've been looking forward to this, mostly because Nicolas Cage, for me, is the most unpredictable actor ever. I mean, this guy is a maniac. He can give the worst performance and the best performance sometimes in the same movie. If you ever watch Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call, New Orleans, you will see the best and worst performance simultaneously going on. It is astounding. It is crazy to watch because you sit there and you're just like, is this genius or is this terrible? I can't tell. And I don't know which way I lean. I think in that movie particularly, I think I'm leaning a little towards the genius. But yeah, he is so unpredictable. You can get a Ghost Rider 2 performance out of him, one film, and a Leaving Las Vegas, Honeymoon in Vegas, any movie with Vegas, Valley Girl, Wild at Heart. He's got a lot of freaking awesome movies that I love. And then he's got a lot of stinkers, there's no doubt about it. But that's what I love about Nicolas Cage. He's so unpredictable. He's a wild card, and he acts like it. You ever seen the guy? Go ahead and, YouTube some of his interviews. Comes out doing fucking like kung fu kicks and flipping over shit. He's insane. And that's what makes him so entertaining. In this movie, he yet again, the same thing. There's moments where he's fucking hilarious and awesome, and there's other moments that you're just like, God is acting so bad right here. Fuck. But it's incredible. It's like his range is all over the place. It's like certain people just have like one role they can play, and then they have like ranges they can't hit, but he'll just kind of like come in and out of ranges, and you're like, oh wait, Nick, wait, you can pull this off, but not this, but then you can this, and that. Oh man. I have to say, I love the guy because he's always got me on my toes. Anytime I watch a movie with him, I'm just like, all right, let's see what we got. Let's see. Is it going to be terrible? Is it going to be amazing? Is it going to be both? Yeah, and this movie had, as I said, both. Now, the premise of this movie is, for anyone who doesn't want to know, but whatever. You know how big I am on going into movies blind. But let's talk about the movie anyway. You remember Kingsman, Secret Service? That awesome movie that came out a few years back? The scene where, Samuel Jackson's character does the thing and everybody goes nuts and tries to kill each other. Well, it's kind of like that a little bit. Except for this one, it is just purely moms and dads of their kids trying to murder them. Something happens, something gets into their, TV set, radio waves, whatever, and it makes them want to kill their own child. Not anybody else's kid, their own kids specifically. And, as a parent, I'm not going to sit here and say, like, I want to kill my children. I do not, of course, not. But every parent has had that moment where they're so fed up with their child, and for like this instant, they're so just, overwhelmed and defeated, and you're just sitting there, and there's just this thing, and you're just like, and there's so many moments within this film that really ring true to parents, and you're just like, that ungrateful little fucker. Like, there are those moments. Does it make us actually want to kill our children? No, of course not. Any parent will understand what I'm talking about. People who don't have kids will probably listen to this and be like, wow, this guy's a fucking maniac. He's going to announce this. I don't think about killing my children. I'm just saying that there is moments where you become so defeated, you don't know what the fuck to do, and you feel like they're so ungrateful, and you feel like there's no winning, and it just breaks you down to nothing. And I completely, I think this is a fun, cathartic film for parents to laugh at and be like, haha, yeah, that's fun, that's funny, but you're never going to do it, obviously. We also have Selma Blair here. Lance Henriksen makes an appearance. Once Lance Henriksen entered the film was when I was really enjoying it, because I liked the setup. So the first act, I enjoyed, because it was, tense, because I knew what this was. If I didn't know what this was, this film would have been pretty shocking, because I just didn't know what the hell would have been coming, obviously, and it was just because it just kind of like goes like that all of a sudden out of nowhere, and you're like, whoa, what the fuck's going on? So this would be a cool movie to show a friend blind, but the first act set it up well, because I was expecting the mayhem eventually. And then once the mayhem broke out, I was like, cool, like this is really fun, this is exciting. They went in some places I wasn't expecting, and it got pretty wrong pretty quick. And then around the second act, like right around the middle, it kind of sags a little bit, and it really slows down. And while there are some interesting dramatic scenes, especially with the Nicolas Cage, Selma Blair pool table in the basement scene, which I actually completely understood, like as a man with children, and how your life feels like it's been taken from you. So a lot of that stuff hit home for sure. But it just, I don't know, I felt like with the pace of the film and the kind of film it was trying to be, it slowed down too much in the middle. But then it picked up at the end, in the last act, maybe the last 20 minutes or something, it went nuts again, and I had a lot of fun. So overall, I actually had a pretty damn good time with this movie. Now, to address the ending, I have seen in the majority of threads and reviews and everything that I've looked at for this film, everyone bitching about how horrible the ending is and how much they enjoyed the film up until that ending. And maybe because I was expecting a shitty ending, or like, an ending that was going to be like, huh? It didn't bother me all that much. But yeah, it just was kind of one of those things where I think people want more satisfaction out of their endings. They want more of an, a end, and this one just kind of just like instantly cuts, and you're like, oh. So, but I honestly, at the same time, I didn't really need closure. Like, it was a fine place to end it for me, because we can fill in the blanks for ourselves what happened from there. I don't need to know, honestly. Like, it didn't ruin the film for me. It wasn't like, oh my God, like, what happened? What the fuck? I don't know what happened now, and now, like, this movie will forever remain a mystery. Like, it closed fine for me. I was just like, oh, okay, I understand why people are upset, but whatever. Like, it didn't change the film for me at all. So, anyway, all right, I'm done talking about this movie, but, yeah, it's a fun time. It's not for parents or anyone who's, like, overly sensitive, though it isn't extremely graphic by any means, but the subject matter alone, I think, can tell you whether or not you can handle this movie. If you're opposed to children being murdered by their parents, why the fuck would you be watching this in the first place? But yeah, there's a scene in a hospital that I definitely think is going to be a little too much for people to handle. So just make sure you are open to terrible shit going on in a movie. All right, guys. Boom.